you have on the screen, and I'm going to introduce, but I'm going to say a few words about Marvin Carolina Jr., who served as a vice president for J.E. Dunn Construction and a former business owner. Marvin Carolina has written articles specifically designed to help small business owners grow in their business. He has written many articles for the Kansas City Star and Thinking Bigger Business Magazine. Marvin, along with the programs he created at J.E. Dunn, has been recognized for his community involvement in Kansas City, ACE Award, Community Champion, and Top Contractors for Diversity. Marvin has also been recognized for his community involvement across the country, receiving the Innovation Award in Houston and the Hispanic Community Builder Award in Atlanta. Marvin holds a master's degree in community development from North Park University in Chicago and a bachelor's degree in industrial management from Georgia Institute of Technology out of Atlanta. Of course, he lives here in Kansas and has a wife and has 2 sons. Marvin at one point was on our board of directors for the council, so we have a long history with Marvin Carolina Jr. We know that he is a staunch supporter of MBEs. Marvin has written this book, which he will talk and give us a little bit about. He has signed the book, and so I am supposed to be giving out at least 5 to 10 of these books. I'm going to be listening to Marvin's speech today, and then I'm going to come back when he finishes, ask questions of the audience so I can give his book away. Could you please help me welcome our Power Keynote Luncheon speaker, Mr. Marvin Carolina Jr. This applause is for you. This applause. Thank you so much.
All right.
I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. First of all, I want to thank Stan and Belinda so much for the invitation. I get the opportunity to speak all over the country and all over the world. I am going back to Cape Town, South Africa in July to speak. And it's funny how you get a chance to speak all over the world and you don't get a chance to speak right here in Kansas City, except for on campus. I am a full-time professor at the University of Missouri, Kansas City. I teach in the Block School of Business in the Rainier Entrepreneurial Institute. And it's so weird how often you get a chance to speak at home to business professionals. It is just wonderful. I give a lot of credit to sports in general. I've written 2 books of my own. I've co-authored several books, but 2 books of my own. Build to Win and Across the Middle. Both have a sports theme to them. Build to Win, sports. Across the Middle, toughest part of the sports, of football. Let me tell you a story. Toughest thing I've done, learn how to play football. I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Football is a big deal. 6 years old. And I want to play football. I've been waiting for 6 years old for a long time. So that's when you can sign up to play football. And let me tell you how the Carolina family works. Father's the CEO. My mother is the president, managing partner. You ask her everything. She's the one who handles everything. If she wants to do it, she says yes. If she doesn't want to do it, she says, let me talk to your father. She still makes the decision. She throws my father underneath the bus and says, he said no. She's really diplomatic about it. She really has really good about it. Yes, no, all those type of things. So it's come time and says, Mom, Saturday we're signing up for football. Can I play? Doesn't say, let me talk to your father. Let me see if it's okay with him. Flat out, no. I don't want you to get hurt. I can't play. For everybody's mom, everybody's going to get. When you become an adult and a parent, these things sound so ridiculous, but when you're 6 years old, it seems like it makes sense. I said, Mom, everybody's going down. Everyone's signing up. I have to sign up. She says, no, you can't play. You're going to get hurt. The next day, my father got home from work first. Cardinal sin, I understand that. I was just 6 years old. I didn't say I was the brightest person in the world. Dad, can I play football? I don't know what Dad was thinking about. Maybe it was long day at work. I don't see why you can't play. Now, what was Dad supposed to say? Did you ask your mother? Now, everybody knows that. Everybody knows the rules. I was 6 years old. Wasn't my fault. Mom gets home soon after I asked him. So what does Dad say? Hey, babe, would you mind taking Marvin down to the field to sign him up for football? No. I've already told him he can't play. Football dreams are over. NFL's done. What does my dad say? Now, he understands the rules. I understand the rules. Babe, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Well, you take him down there. Dad takes me down there, signs me up. My dad and I are in the equipment room. My dad pays for everything, signs the insurances. We picked up 20 pounds of pads and equipment, and we're out of there in 15 minutes. My mother has signed me up for swimming, and we've been in an hour. We're in and out of there. First day of practice, I quit. I'm home sitting on the porch. My mother's the first one home. I'm crying, and you can see I'm in disarray, blood on my shirt. I'm sitting there. She said, what's wrong with you? My mother, registered nurse, had the white uniform on, not the little fancy scrubs that we see now. Everything's all white. The little half hat you used to wear, the white thing to come down right here, the white stockings, shoes, everything. She said, what's wrong? I said, I quit. She said, well, pick up your stuff. Let's go back down to the field. I said, okay, because we got to give the equipment back that we, rented or paid for and all that stuff. I told her I'd pay her back, whatever that means. So we get down to the field, and the way we get out the car, I'm going over to the equipment to give back the equipment. She goes over to the field. We're practicing. I quit. There's no use to go back to the field. We just need to give back the equipment so we can go home. I'm embarrassed. She wants to go over to the field because she's probably going to give somebody hell. So she goes over to the field. She said, what group down here is yours? And we're right by the bleachers because we're the little kids. I said, that's my group right there. She said, which one's your group? I said, the coach right there. And I'm waiting up by the street, and I'm just, wow, we got to go through this. It just doesn't make sense. Wow, we got to go through this. So we're in her nurse's uniform, white and all that stuff. She walks right down on the field, and who's that? That's Miss Jeanette. That's Marvin's mother. That's Marvin's mother. That's Marvin's mother. She goes down and talks to Coach Buzzer, and she's talking to him, and it seemed like it's going all right. I don't know what's going on. It's kind of threw me off a little bit. She comes back up to me, and she says, put on them little shoulder things and that little hard hat with the chin strap on it, and go on back down on the field. She said, I didn't want you to play, but what I won't let you do is quit. Because what you need to understand is quitting is learned behavior. Once you start quitting anything in life, you'll quit again, and you'll quit again, and you'll quit again. It becomes easier each time you quit. And see, what we learn, I quit is not the new language of I quit. I quit is, it's not fair. I can't do that. I can't get that money. I can't get that contract. That's the new language of I quit. Your body will not let you do things that your mind says you quit on. Once you keep telling your body that you quit something, your body will not let you do that. That little white uniform did something gangster. She went up into the bleachers. So you guys don't know Jeanette, Carolina, so you don't know exactly what just happened. What that meant, don't you leave this field again. For the next 2 weeks, that little white uniform showed up in the bleachers at the beginning of practice. When quitting no longer becomes an option in your life, you got to figure some stuff out. It's no longer an option. I don't care what happened on that field. Quitting, going backwards, was no longer an option. That I understood. Now let me tell you why I quit. I didn't just quit just for the sake of quitting. It's something called the bull ring. For those of you who don't understand what the bull ring is, your team surrounds you and you get in the middle. Some of you who are entrepreneurs, business owners might understand this. And then your team keeps coming at you. And the whole drill is designed around you got to take hits from all of them. And I don't know if you've ever been in a position where things just keep coming at you. They keep coming at you. Whether it's a bill, you didn't get the contract, the people didn't show up for work, and they keep coming at you, and they keep hitting you, and they keep knocking you down. One of the things you have to understand about business, you got to understand how to take a hit and get up. And take a hit and get up. And take a hit and get up. And they just kept coming. Coach kept calling numbers. And if you didn't get up, he kept calling another number. And he called another number. Not all of them were in front of me. Some of them were behind me. And I had to turn around. And I had to turn around. And he kept calling numbers. If you are a business owner, you have to learn how to take a hit. Those of you who have paper or something, I'm going to try to educate. I'm in the education business. One of the big things you need to learn how to do, you need to learn how to ask for help. I got it. No, you don't have it. Ask for help. I asked a friend of mine. I said, it doesn't seem to be fair. I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't seem to be fair. Every time you guys run at me, you run at me harder. Why do you do that? He said, honestly, he said, you offer no resistance. When we run at you, you back up. You're always backing up. And that's what we do in our business. We're backing up. We're scared. We're nervous. He said, hold your ground. Hold your ground. You can't do business scared. Maybe a little nervous? Yeah. But you can't do business scared. And you can't quit based on something you should have known before. Mother told me you weigh 50 pounds. They give you 20 pounds of padding. What did you think was going to happen? You didn't think you was going to get hit? 20 pounds of padding. They gave you a helmet with this little thing around your chin. I said, it's called a chin. I didn't say it out loud. What did you think was going to happen? You can read every report about owning your own business, being an entrepreneur. What did they say? The chances of being successful is this, and you chose to go into it anyway. Let's move it forward. Learn how to take a hit. Learn how to move forward. It's amazing when you ask for help. He said, Marvin, you got to spread your feet a little bit. And when you see them coming at you, start moving forward. Just start moving forward. He said, just your momentum will stop you from falling back. And you just move forward. If you in business, when things start going wrong, here's what happens. You stop answering the phone. When you're trying to get business, you answering every phone. Hello, yeah. That opportunity you were talking about, yes, I'm right here. When things start going wrong, let that phone ring. Answer the phone either way. Because you get better once you start learning how to take a hit. I got better. I learned how to take a hit. Got better at it. Started to enjoy it. A little bit off, I understand. But I got better at it, and I got better at it. By the time I got to high school, I was good at it. Really good at it. Got comfortable with it. From 5 yards in, I played tailback. Here's the interesting thing, and I'm going to tell you the next step. When you first start in the business, your early years, you got to find a place that you're comfortable. Find a place that you can succeed and build from there. They started asking us what position that we wanted to play. What position do you want to play? I said, I want to play that position. Those guys, they're throwing the ball. They always get taken out of the hitting drills. They were throwing the ball. I said, I don't know what position it is. They said, it's quarterback. I said, that's what I want to play. I want to play quarterback. Because they didn't hit as much. They hit, everyone hit, but they didn't hit as much. I have one friend to this day that remembered I played quarterback. I played quarterback for my first 2 years, 6 and 7. That's the only 2 years I've ever played quarterback. I only have one friend who can remember that's what I played, because that was a safe position. That allowed me time. I needed time to figure it out. Some of you just need time. You need time to figure out what you're doing. That's all I needed. And I didn't play in the era where everybody plays, like my kids. Everybody plays. Got to play a certain amount of quarters, got to play a certain amount of innings. What kind of stuff is this? I sat on the bench. I didn't play at all. At all. When I say not at all, not at all. I didn't even get charity downs. Like, Carolina, just go ahead in the game, man. I didn't even get that my first year. The second year, I got a chance. Why did I get a chance? Because I was ready. Somebody got hurt. Somebody got hurt. And I was ready. It's weird how things happen. And I switched positions. I switched from quarterback to running back. I didn't understand why. It's funny how things happen. Quarterback got hurt early in the season, and now I'm second team quarterback. Still, these kids don't get hurt that often, but I'm still just waiting. Then the starting quarterback got hurt. Then Carolina get in the game. You know the plays? Yeah, I know the plays, coach. Get in the game. Now I'm in the game. One of the things that you need, and I want to emphasize this, who's in your bleachers? Who's on your team? My mother played a certain role on my team. My dad plays a certain role on my team. Who else is on your team? Who else is on your board of directors? And I'm not talking about necessarily your official board of directors, but who's on your team? Who's rooting for you? Who's supporting you? Who has your back? Do you have somebody who understands finances? It could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be a colleague. Who's in your bleachers supporting you? Who's there? Who understands technology? These are key people in your bleachers who are stopping you from quitting. You done dug so deep in that 401k, you can't quit, but you headed for the door. Who's that person going to stop you? Come on, man. You pretty much depleted your 401k. You got to keep going. Quitting's not an option. Who's in your bleachers? Can you take a hit? Can you take a hit is critical. I'm in high school. Like I said, from the 5-yard line in, it's automatic. We get on the 5-yard line, you can call the kicker. Kicker needs to start practicing. It's automatic. We're playing the game, Big John, 275-pound middle linebacker. Big game, they know Carolina and Big John. We're on the 3-yard line. Big John looking at me, I'm looking at Big John. I'm lined up in the backfield. I'm not that 6-year-old kid anymore. I'm ready, Big John's ready. I'm looking dead at him, he's looking dead at me. I'm lined up, I'm wondering what play we're going to run. 24 power. I took a step backwards. I'm going to need a little extra power for Big John. They called the play. Boom. I took off. I'm looking at Big John looking at me. Right before impact, Big John lowered that head and wound up. Right before I hit him, boom, I broke inside. He ain't getting nothing but air. You don't have to take every hit. I could take a hit, but you don't have to take every hit. Some of them you can miss. Understand that part of it too. Understand who's on your team. You're not in this thing alone. You're in it alone because you want to be alone. Ask for help. You are going to take hits along the way. A lot of them. You're going to have setbacks. Rely on your team to pick you up. Allow your team for expertise. Allowing your team for guidance. What's next? Do you have a strategy? Rely on your team to help you build a strategy. Are you prepared? Rely on your team to help you prepare. How many of you are still stuck on the hit? The hit you got 2 weeks ago, the hit you got 6 months ago. How many of you have quit and still playing the game? Yeah, I'm still playing. No, you quit. You're just going through the motions. Entrepreneurship and football are two games you don't need to quit and still play. You need to get off the field. You need people in your bleachers who are there to help you, there to encourage you, there to pick you up. All of them play a different role. All of them play a different role. This is an intentional thing. Right now, you need to pick 5 people to be in your bleachers. Intentional. And they play a different role. I need somebody good at finances. I need somebody right now who I can call who can write me a check for $100,000. I don't know that person. You need to get to know him. Right now, you need to get to know him. I don't have them in my Rolodex. You need to find somebody and put them in your Rolodex right now. If you are still writing down things, you need to find somebody in the tech world to teach you how to not write down things unless you're writing on a tablet or an iPad or something, and you can click that button and it can change over to whatever it is. You need to know somebody in sales and marketing. These are the things that you need to know. Let me close with this. My junior year in high school, I'm playing over in Ohio. This is interesting. Every single year, my mother would ask me, I am highly recruited. Every college in the country is coming out. This is my junior year. And every single year, my mother asked me, do you still want to play? Are you joking? No, I'm serious. Do you still want to play? Yeah, I want to play. Never missed a game. I've never played a game without both my parents in the stands. And I just told you the early years, I'm sitting on the bench, and it's cold. I'm on the bench, they're on the bench. Now I'm good. Playing the game over in Ohio. We played all over, my high school team played all over. And I'm the star, and I'm not playing well. My parents aren't there. I'm like, where, don't think, I don't care how great you think people are, we're looking. They're not here yet, and I don't know where they are. And this guy's tearing me up. This linebacker's tearing me up, and he's talking trash. Carolina, you're overrated. I don't know why. All the newspaper articles, you ain't that good. And he's really getting me. And this one punt came to me. This is about midway through the first quarter. This one punt came to me, and I faked one way, and I started running down the field the other way, and all I saw was end zone. Bam! And something hit me. I never saw what hit me. And I'm down on the ground, and I am dizzy. And all of a sudden, this guy's talking. Man, Carolina, I'm going to be here all day. I don't know what you do over in Pittsburgh, but in Ohio, this is the way we play football. And he's talking trash. And I'm like, man, if I could just get up, boy, I tell you. And I'm dizzy. And it's not like I haven't been hit before, because I have been hit before. And I've been hit harder than this. And I just need a minute to get it together. But I'm dizzy. And their fans have kind of caught on. Carolina's in trouble. And their defense is coming on the field. And our coach is yelling and screaming, and I'm dizzy. And I'm like, I got to get it together. Just breathe, Marvin. You're all right. Get it together. Play with your socks. Tie your shoes. And do all this stuff. And while all this was going on, what I heard was, baby, come on, sweetie. You're all right. Just get it up. Get up off the ground, sweetie. And I looked down in the end zone, and my mother and father and my 2 aunts was coming through the end zone. I don't care what else was going on. Let me tell you something. My mother didn't even know what position I played. She asked me, Mr. Lewis asked me, what position do you play? Mom, how do you not know? Marvin, I ain't playing with you. I play tailback on offense, Mom. On defense, I play cornerback. Okay. And so my dad's one of those cool guys. He doesn't say much. He's just kind of walking. He hold my mother's hand. My mother, you know where you talk like this, come on, baby, let's go, all that stuff. That's not what she was doing. My mother is my mother, and she just walking, come on, baby. And she laying all that stuff. We had a conversation. I said, Mom, I'm kind of the dude. You just can't be just all that sugar baby stuff. Come on, Bugsy, come on, sweetie, let's go. And you could hear her if you was over in Kansas right now, and she was laying it on thick. And she, from the end zone all the way up. And that's all I could hear. And I'm down on one knee. If you want to make a movie about it, it's a movie. When I tell you everything cleared up, and I said it's time to play. When your bleachers show up for you, it's a different, nothing changed. The weather didn't change. The plays didn't change. Nothing changed. But when your bleachers show up for you, things change. I ran for 4 touchdowns and 253 yards that game, my junior year of high school, all because my bleachers showed up. Right. Pick your bleachers for you. Thank you.